We're going to go ahead and start our broadcast for the day. Appreciate everybody being here. Our topic for today is interesting because we're doing the law of empowerment. And even though I didn't look up what the law was, today we're doing a dream day, talking about dreaming again. So it goes right along with the topic. To me, it's always interesting how that comes together. Because I didn't look at it at all to see what the next law was. And I'm like, who's I talking to? Who are we talking to when I said let's do a dream day? It was Rashad. Okay. Yeah. You're supposed to know that. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, it was in class on Tuesday. Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday, right. Okay. All right, yeah. So you know. All right, so we're gonna let's go over the law first. First and foremost is the law of empowerment, what we talked about. And the amazing thing about the law of empowerment, it basically says the people's capacity to achieve is determined by their leaders' willingness and ability to empower. Okay, so he gave 5 different whys. It says, why do leaders fail to empower others? So he gave 5 different reasons why we fail to empower others. Someone share what the first reason is?
Insecurity.
Okay, insecurity, why?
Because someone may feel as if they show somebody something, they might do a better job than them. So it creates a emotional, mental disturbance.
Okay. And number 2?
Is their security, job security.
Job security, okay.
Right. But I also put position security. I mean, it could be a job, or it could just be a position.
Okay.
Whatever it is. You know.
Right. I mean, see, the thing about this, while he talks in the position of a job, that's because that's what most people have. However, in the thing where it's you own a business, it could be position security. Can somebody get the door? Because I don't know if someone locked it or not.
Or the position of the head of the class, or the head of that neighborhood organization, whatever.
Head, just being a head of an organization, or whatever. And you're exactly right. Number 3. Bad experience. What do you mean by bad experience?
I taught someone, and I did lose my position.
That would be one form of a bad experience. Anything else?
Or just don't messing up. Which is all that stuff.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
My drink too.
Anything else?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Now remember, he brought up one particular specific thing. He said, you must pour into other people.
Right.
Sometimes people are afraid of sharing what they know because they're afraid that other people are going to take what they know, enhance it, take away from it, add to it, all those different things. So, we have to look at that as well. Okay. The next area?
Ego.
Ego. Okay. Now, what does ego stand for? Okay. Yeah. What are you sorry for? Okay. So, what does ego stand for? Can you speak up?
Edging God out.
Or what else? What's the other end of the spectrum? The 2 ends of the spectrum is ego. There's edging God out, or there's exalting God only. So the question is, what end of the spectrum do you want to be on with ego? Because there can be the highest esteem of ego or the lowest esteem of ego. The lowest esteem of ego is edging God out. The higher esteem of ego is exalting God only. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
And it can be no if it doesn't, yes.
No, yeah, hold on, let me get on board with that. Exalting God only. So the example is, if I'm just, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, or praise God, praise God, and not praising other people or something?
No.
You're taking it to a religious perspective.
Okay, well, help me
I'm
out.
not talking religion.
Okay, help me out.
We're talking sense of universal law.
Edging God out.
And
No, exalting God only.
well, you have a duty to one another, to want for yourself what you want for your brother.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are selfish and not selfless, then that's where the edging God out comes in. if you're exalted in thought and attitude towards the brotherhood of men, that's where, you know, the other aspect of it comes in.
Let me help it focus you real quick in this regard. We just talked about the fact that it says the people's capacity to achieve is determined by leaders' willingness and ability to what?
Empower.
Empower them.
Empower.
Right.
So if I'm exalting God only, I'm
right.
always willing to
Right.
empower you.
Right.
If I'm edging God out, I'm afraid you're going to take what I have.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's about that balance.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'd like to bring it right back here because this is what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Okay. So it says it's amazing what can be accomplished if the leader does not care who gets the credit.
Mhm.
How many times are we afraid that if I do something, someone else is going to get the credit versus doesn't matter who gets the credit. What matters is that we're doing it.
Get the job done. Yes.
Get the job done.
Mhm.
Like I said,
Let's see, what day did we?
sometimes I get my days mixed up in regards to what happened in a specific day, so I don't really remember. But we were, I don't remember what, I was actually talking to somebody, and I thought it was Rochelle, and it might not have been, I don't remember. At any rate, we were talking, and we were talking about, you know, people dreaming and people wanting and having and doing more. And I was saying to myself, okay, well, we're talking about this whole piece about having your personal mission statement, right? But in order to establish a personal mission statement, you have to desire something. Well, how do you have desires? It's based on your dreams. Well, what did you ever dream? And at this particular point in life, has your dreams been choked out of you? Or do you have an inability to dream at this particular point? And so therefore, if you have an inability to dream, how can you even establish who you are, what you want, and have a personal mission statement if you allow the dreams to be choked out? So the conversation I was having with whoever it was is what prompted the thought of having a dream day. That's really where that came from. And that doesn't matter to me, the fact where it came from. It's just the fact that we do it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get more into that. But what was number 5?
Codependency.
Codependency.
Yeah.
Why codependency? How did that relate to that? He made a specific statement concerning it. What was our fear? Now we understand why I'm saying. Because he very specifically he said people are afraid to let go. They're afraid to sometimes share with you because they're afraid that if you teach them, you'll leave them.
Mhm.
Yes.
If you'll exalt them, then you'll leave them. So that fear of letting go is what's key in that respect.
Mhm.
Okay? And it says, you can't lead people if you need people.
Right.
So if you're afraid to let go, that's a need.
Mhm.
One thing that's great to establish is having a self-esteem, knowing that when you encounter or enter someone's life, I add value to your life. Do you add value to mine? And if you do add value to mine, if you leave today or tomorrow, I'm still 100% whole.
Mhm.
Where relationships become dysfunctional is because we think, I need you in my life. I can't live without you. Well, you done lived all these years.
That's right. That's right. How about that?
I don't want to live without you, but I don't need you.
There you go.
I can live without you.
Certainly can.
But see, most of us get into these relationships. I can't see tomorrow without you. What am I gonna do? You're no longer here.
So you've been there.
What about thinking, you know what? What was the value that you brought to my life? And the value that you brought in that time and space I will forever cherish. So we're always together because I hold a piece of you because you brought a certain value to my life that helped me to grow to where I am. But you can't support where I'm going, and I respect the fact that you need to now be out of my life, because if you stay, you're going to hamper and hinder my progression. Still love you though, because what you gave me is helping me to move forward, but you're just not the person to sustain that forward movement. Whole different value.
Shit, say it. Go say it again.
I
can't. Right, I know.
That,
When you're in the flow. Oh yeah,
flows
when you're in the
from a
flow.
place that
Yeah, hold on. Let me just. That was wonderful. Yeah, it was wonderful. You do the tape when you get home.
Right, you gotta watch that again. Honestly,
Yeah.
You should write down.
Right.
He wrote it down. He wrote it down.
Yeah.
No, but this one wrote it down.
Okay. So, and then it says the moment you get greater satisfaction. Oh, I'm sorry. Once the moment you get greater satisfaction out of seeing people grow and succeed than in succeeding yourself, you will become an empowering leader.
You did your job.
Repeat that again. The moment you get greater satisfaction out of seeing people grow and succeed than in succeeding yourself, you will become an empowering leader. That right there is amazing. When I reading that right there, like, just think about if every last one of us, if we were focused in on helping one another grow, just assisting one another in growth. Here you go, bro. Just assisting one another. Like, clear example. We're talking about leadership. You went to use your pen. I just noticed your pen wasn't writing. I want you to succeed. It took a second for me to stop and pass you a pen. Did that help you?
Yes, it did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just simply noticing, even sometimes it's a small thing, of just telling someone, hey, you know what? I just want to tell you have a great day. How empowering that is. How wonderful it is sometimes just to tell somebody, hey, you know what? I love you. If no one else has told you today, I'm just letting you know that I do. How does that make a person feel?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not that you have to do this grandiose thing. You ain't got to give them $1 million. Sometimes it's just simple encouragement.
That's right.
A simple smile. A simple gesture of kindness. It could be that you went and picked a daisy off the ground, out of your yard, and just brought it to them and say, you know, I just wanted you to have this. Have a beautiful day. Those little things like that. How would you guys feel about that if a man just picked up a daisy and brought it to you and said, have a wonderful day? How would that make you feel?
Put on something.
Not you, I'm talking to women.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother.
I'm going to deal with that in a second. Ladies,
Yes.
Wow, bro.
Yes.
how would it make you feel? Give me something. What does that mean?
Daisy, but the flower that you love.
The flower that you love.
Particular.
Okay.
Okay.
Your mother?
My mother? What about my mother?
But
That's my mother right there.
Yeah, she was right.
Now, I have a question for you. If a man did pick up a flower and give it to you and said, have a nice day, why would you have problems with it? Does it take away from your manhood?
No, but
Is it a nice gesture? The gesture itself.
it's a gesture, okay.
Let's take away the machoism. Is it a nice gesture?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Let's look at the gesture. Because sometimes I think we add energy to stuff that's not there.
Right.
It's based upon society's norms.
Or
Or
not
raise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta dispel some of that stuff. Because especially I've been around a lot of African people, right? One of the things that I find to be so interesting, I'm just saying interesting because I don't want to put a label on it. Have you ever met an African person and they go like this and they say, hey, how are you? And then they go like this. And the whole time they're talking to you, they're like this. Or they'll say, oh, let's go such and such, and then they'll go like this and start walking with you and holding your hand. And in this society, we're like, what the hell? But in their culture, it's natural.
I mean,
It means nothing. So all I'm saying is that sometimes we got to strip away the thought, because sometimes we're adding more to it than what it really means. If someone who walked up and gave me a flower, they gave me a flower. Why do I have to add more to it? Have a nice day. Thank you.
But I thought you were asking us. That's why. I thought you were asking us.
No, I was saying. You guys are funny. So he had asked a question at the end of the lecture, and his question was, do other people's success bring you joy?
Yes, it should.
Right. Say that again. You
Personalize that. Does other people's success bring you
Yes.
joy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
And you have to always be clear. If it doesn't, then you need to do some introspection.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
No. I was going to say, hey, just right on it. That last part, that's why. Just like watching those shows, like I guess what is it? Those renovation shows. You know, people fixing their houses up and this and that and the other. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I mean, that inspires me, and then it feels good to see people get these houses, get them fixed up, and this and that and the other. So, I mean, that's
good. What?
Can I hold yours?
Oh, you're funny.
I have to get notes and copies.
So we're going to. I don't think you have one of these. There you go. Everybody else has one of these, right? The second paper.
yeah.
All right. So, going right in line with the fact of other people's happiness bringing you joy, we're going to talk about an area from the richest man in Babylon called the 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. You didn't get 2 papers when you walked in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure.
All right, so 7 Cures for a Lean Purse.
Right.
Who'd like to take the first one?
I will.
Ladies first.
Start thy purse to fattening.
Do me a favor, speak up.
Start thy purse to fattening. For every 10 cents thou places within thy purse, take out for use but 9. Thy purse will start to fatten at once, and its increasing weight will feel good in thy hand and bring satisfaction to thy soul. The coins thou takest from thy purse bring gratification to thy desire. Things quickly gone are forgotten. The coins thou leavest within it will bring thee wealth.
Let's talk about that. What'd you get from it?
Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first. Anybody else?
You start feeling better about yourself.
Anybody else?
You start to add value to yourself.
Adding value. All right, so I'm gonna ask everybody to tell me what you got from it.
All right, so leaving it in there, bringing me the coins thou leavest within it will bring thee wealth. So it didn't say bring me a savings account or bring me anything else. It said wealth, and wealth is different than all of that. That's the long-term thing you want.
Wealth long term. Yes. Anybody else?
Well, the concept of wealth is beyond monetary means.
Okay.
It's the overall enrichment of the being, of the you. That's true wealth.
Now, question: how did he tie the physical wealth with the other aspect? Because he did it.
He did.
What did he say?
Because if you think of yourself first, you know, you're always going to be connected. That can go either way.
It's cool.
Get ready to
The fact that it's like immediate. It's immediate. Immediately, like this.
It's immediately. Right. It's happening immediately.
Right.
Okay. Anybody else? But Derek, you say anything yet?
No, I was thinking.
Okay. Although I did.
No, you can't.
Chief Jawad.
Oh. Go ahead.
Okay, well,
Next.
sis, she says every 10 coins, now place it without purse. It says take out for use, but 9. So I got all, he's saying take 1 and give up 9 away. It says take out for use, but 9. So if it's 10, you take out 1, it's gonna be 9 left for somebody else. So I guess you're trying to empower everybody else. And I guess in doing that, the power, the person, your person will get greater because you gave out 9. That's what I got.
The 9 you're giving out is to who though? Where are we giving the 9 away to? The 90%? Debt.
We're giving back to
Debt, bills, any type of thing like that.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that you have to recognize is this. Let's say right now, your electric bill's due, your gas bill's due, the car insurance is due, the baby needs diapers, you're hungry, you need to, you just are in need, and you go to your account and it's 0. How do you feel?
Bad. Empty, bad. Sure.
Now, let's use the same scenario. All this stuff is due. You go to your account. This account has 90%. This account has 10%. And you have enough in the 90% to satisfy all the bills, but still have 10% left over. How do you feel?
Even better.
How do you really feel?
I don't feel
You don't feel good?
I feel good about
If
that.
you got 10% of money,
I feel good
10%
about
of
it.
your money sitting aside that you don't have to touch.
That paid my
How do you feel?
Feel good.
I feel good about it.
Think about this. How much are you giving up right now? How much do you give up right now? Response. How much do you give up right now to pay your bills?
90%.
How much do you give up presently?
Oh.
Right now, at this moment, in your economic, because remember, we just did our budgets, right?
Okay.
How much money do you have left after you pay your bills? What percentage?
Not 10%.
I had about 2.
Really not 10%.
2%?
About that.
I'm looking for everybody to give me some responses, for real. Does anyone have 0? Is anyone in the negative?
No, 0.
No, I'm not a
No,
negative.
0.
Okay. Do you know people that are in the negative?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when we're speaking of these things, you personalize on one end, but let's go back to the law of empowerment. Is it for you alone?
No.
It's for you and who else? Generations, family, friends, loved ones, children, right? So when we're looking at it, most people, because if it don't make you feel good to have money left in your account, then maybe it's for someone else. How, if the masses of people went and paid their bills and it took 90% of the money, but they still had 10% left over that they didn't have to touch, and we're not talking about 10% left that you now have to struggle with. We're talking about 90% satisfies all of the needs. Meaning your gas, your electric, your travel, your food, your everything. So therefore, now you got 10% left because you can. That makes sense? So what this is teaching you is a principle of wealth that takes time to build. If you took and had, let's say your age presently, if you were working from age 18 or 16 or 14 or whatever it was, and for each year you worked, if you had 10% of your income presently in some type of savings or monetary vehicle that's going to make it earn interest and income, how would you feel? What would you look like right now?
Man.
The purpose of this is to teach you financial wealth strategies that now can be passed on generation to generation, that is going to create for you and those to come a really, really strong financial and secure position to be in. Because one thing you'll find, Steve Jobs, the reason why he is a billionaire had nothing to do with him, had everything to do with his father's father
Correct.
that handed wealth down.
Correct.
Using principles. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So, does this add value to you so far?
absolutely.
Okay.
Because in most households,
Mhm.
we don't teach finance.
Mhm.
That's true.
We teach debt consolidation. So this is a very good opportunity, especially for the little sister, and for those of us who had encumbrances when it came to our financial plan.
And we're going to talk about some of the encumbrances later after we get through this. Okay, so somebody take number 2.
Controlled by expenditures. What each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our incomes unless we protest to the contrary. Budget thy expenses, that thou mayest have coins to pay for thy necessities, to pay for thy enjoyments, and to gratify thy worthwhile desires, without spending more than 9/10 of our earnings. Fall right in there with the first.
That's what we just said.
Yeah, this fall right in.
What you get? Give me more.
Well, you should be able to live your life, pay your bills, still have that 10%.
And you should have that budget in place.
Budget. Budget is not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
And most of us are taught that budgets are bad. That's why most I don't want to budget. That means I'm broke. You know, no, it don't mean you're broke. It means that you're being wise, a wise steward. How many of us were taught to be wise steward of our money? Most of us have not been taught how to be wise stewards.
Since I've been here, I have.
I tell you right now, good stuff.
I have to. I have now more money than I ever had.
That's good stuff.
But I had it and it had to go elsewhere, but I know what it meant from that budget. I could take that from there. I missed it, but I had it. Now I know what I got to do now. I know my tree is going to start growing and growing, and I'm keep watering it. I'm going to water my little tree.
Right, and the watering is your 10%.
Thank you. Thank you, because I can.
That's right.
Hello.
Okay. Make thy gold multiply. Somebody take that next one right there. Who wants that?
Dirk.
Thank you. A man's wealth is not in the coin he carries in his purse. It is the income he buildeth, the golden stream, and continually floweth into the purse, and keepeth it always bulges. Put each coin to labor, that it may reproduce its kind, and even as the flocks of the field, and helping bring to thee income, a stream of wealth that shall flow constantly into thy purse.
Now just imagine,
Susu.
if you go to sleep, let's say you go to sleep, you wake up, you decide that you want to go out and you go spend $1,000. And you go to sleep and wake up and you got $1,000 back in your account.
I like that.
How would that feel?
Oh, good, very good.
Just imagine if you were in a position where no matter how much money you spent, you could never outspend your wealth.
That's where I want to be.
Now, I have a mentor, which he passed away now, Paul J. Myers. This gentleman was so wealthy that he couldn't give away enough. He hired people to give away money for him, and he could not outspend his wealth.
Wow.
So when he would come and train, where would I be?
Right there.
Right there.
Right there.
I was, and he would do an event every single year. And I remember I was pushing to be able to get to the event, because what would happen is you had to achieve certain levels, and if you achieved the level, you were able to come. This man, he owned islands. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It was stupid, crazy money. Now, when I say money, a lot of times some of us get uncomfortable with that, because I know in a lot of regards, we're taught not to be careful. The love of money is the root of all evil.
They usually say money. They forget.
They forget the love of it. They just say the love of money is the root of all evil. Now, here's the funny thing. And I just hear me out. When you fear something, you attract it to yourself, right?
True.
Law of attraction.
Right.
Fear something and you will attract it. I'm afraid she's going to break up with me. I'm afraid he's going to break up with me. Oh my God, they broke up with me. You say to yourself,
Oh my God.
I know I'm going to hit my hand. Bam! I knew I was going to hit my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Say to yourself,
Children are fearless. Children tend to go and they will do what's necessary just to move forward, and it's just watching them, it's so beautiful, because they're not encumbered with the fears that have hampered them down over the years. So what you'll find is that we're taught in this society not to love money, but we're afraid of what it will do to us if we gain power of money. We're taught fear of that. Oh my God, if I become wealthy, what type of person will I be? Will I overspend? Will I do wrong things? Will I get on drugs? All these different things surrounding money that are negative. One of my mentors taught me, don't worry about love money. There's nothing wrong with loving it, because what you can do with it, it's not really loving the money itself, it's loving what you can do with it. It's a different feeling in the morning when you wake up and not say, oh, how am I gonna do whatever to pay my bills, versus who can I bless because all my bills are paid, or who can I help to get into a state of peace because my bills are paid. So it's a different perspective. What type of loving energy can you impart into someone else's life if you're wealthy? Or when you're wealthy? Because it's not really if, it's really when you decide to actually make it happen. Decide. The word decision comes from the word Dan Kadir, which means to cut away, to literally make a change, make a turn, the voluntary act of that which is preferred.
Now that's wonderful. But that has to be on the conscious, subconscious, and superconscious level.
But here's the deal. Let's not separate it. See, because what happens is, and that's what religion teaches us, is to separate.
No,
it's all one. If I vibrate in that space of love, it's going to help balance me in all those areas.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're right. You are right. But one of the things I want to be careful of is not to separate it. Realize that it's.
Well, let me say this.
Yes.
If you're empowered by the thought of it on subconscious levels, whereas you vibrate with this, not even thinking about it, then you're in alignment, and it's in alignment with you. But if you have an underlying doubt in the midst of saying, I'm here, but fearing my potential, then a house divided against itself cannot stand.
So what do we do to bring about balance?
Wow.
Because we can always say, I hear that statement, a house divided against itself shall not stand. That is true. How do we bring about balance in the house? So I'll give you a clear-cut example. Let's say me and you are married. Okay? Now, we're going through some tense moments. If I come in, Hakima, where my food? Did you throw my bath water? Where my slippers? Or if I come in, hey Hakima, how's it? Oh baby, how are you today? Come here.
Slippers on.
Baby, I've been thinking about you all day. How was your day? I need to sit down. Tell me about your day. How was your day?
Wonderful.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Now, what are you willing to do for me?
It's already done. I'm on time, baby. I know what time you coming in the door. Okay? Your water is wrong, honey. Your slippers, may I massage your feet before you get to the time. Okay?
Here's some milk.
Where do you want to get?
That's right. Here's some
That's right.
What have I done? What have I done to you? I've affirmed you.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did. Yes,
The challenge is we never affirm ourselves. We're looking for everyone else to affirm us and trying to live up to that expectation. My affirmation doesn't need to come from external. It needs to be internal. So what's your affirmations that you speak to yourself every day?
Now that is the beginning of the question that you asked prior to this.
Okay? So when it comes down to it, there's a song that says, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory over your test.
Absolutely.
No matter what you feel.
Or what you fear.
Or what you fear, right?
Okay.
Speak the word of God.
Okay.
Huh? I forgot.
John Adams, man.
Is it? No, that's not John.
I remember this actually.
That's that flower. That's that flower.
Right.
That's that flower.
So when it comes down to it, you have to encourage yourself at times.
All
You
the
do
time.
that through your affirmation to yourself.
So that's like accepting that flower. What you said about that. It's so beautiful. This ties right on there.
Everything just pulls together.
Doesn't it? Ooh.
Next, guard thy treasure from loss. Who wants to take that?
To all.
Guard thy treasures from loss. The first sound principle of investment is security for thy principal. Is it wise to be intrigued by larger earnings when thy principal may be lost? Oh, keep going. All right, sorry, pardon. Guard thy treasures from loss by investing only where thy principal is safe, where thou wilt not fail to collect a fair rental. Secure the advice of those experienced in the profitable handling of the hold.
Mike, give me something on that. What'd you get from it?
Well, I got from it, make sound investments. Things that you have control over. Don't put your treasure in the hands of someone else to control.
Unless.
Yeah, well,
But even in them being well versed, destiny can change the dynamics depending on where it's going.
Okay, so now we're gonna go back to self-affirmation on that.
Okay.
If I'm affirming that I make sound investment decisions, then I also affirm the fact that anyone that comes into my life that I decide is a good investment in that relationship is sound. And if you are a person that has shown yourself to be worthy of that level, and I attract you into my life, I'm going to trust the fact that the sound investment decision that I make relative to what you shared is still sound because of the law of attraction.
On that note, yes.
Okay,
but
let's take it there. The reason why we want to take it there is this, because again, let's go right back to the law of empowerment.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's about trusting others and helping empower them. So if you have financial resource this person has expertise. I'm going to trust the expertise of the person and use my financial resource. Am I going to use all of it? I mean, thank you. No, I'm not going to use all of it. But say Susan, may I say something else?
She's on point. She's on point. Always on point. Oh my goodness.
Yes, you are.
She want to elaborate.
Principle in the statement, meaning what?
Where we at?
Where it says,
The first time principle.
yeah, first sound principle of investment. And no, it's wise to be intrigued by larger earnings when principle may be lost. Meaning that-
Principle meaning your investment.
Okay.
Okay. Or principle could mean the whole amount. So let's say, for instance, we meet. You trust yourself, yes. And let's say we meet you, and I'm sharing with you some financial sound principles. First and foremost, do your due diligence to know who you're speaking to. Show me. I need to see it. How can you take me from point A to point B? And in showing me this, now I'm going to review it. Okay, so we'll deal with. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do it. All right, so Zing Pow.
Oh,
no, I don't listen. I'm going to listen to. I don't care. Listen, I'm doing it. Just shut up. Be quiet.
Oh my God.
We're going to do this. So we sat back and information was brought to us.
Absolutely.
Okay? We reviewed the information.
Absolutely.
Some of us really researched it.
Absolutely.
And those that didn't really research it, you just found not to be interested. We found some people that were interested and some people invested.
Really?
Okay, go ahead.
That was the no-no. So when it comes down to it, when something's brought to you,
Why did it get?
it can look wonderful because of him. It can look wonderful, right? Things can look wonderful.
Right.
Have you ever met somebody and they look sharp? They come up, they're sharp and they woo you and you're like, oh, yes.
That's the one.
This is the one. And then you take some time to get to know them and you're like,
Time to open up the mouth.
your butt stink, your breath stink.
Uh-oh.
The suit that you had on that day was the only suit you owned. The dress you had on that day was given to you. But you broke as a joke. And when I say broke, I don't mean necessarily financial. I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, spiritually bankrupt.
Okay.
And it was just a facade for that moment. What we must do is take time out and to look at things and look at it and make sure that it's reasonable. Don't just buy the first thing you see. Realize that people come into your life for a reason, a season, sometimes a lifetime. You have to know who they are. Because in the spring, the trees, they bud and they produce leaves.
Right.
Let the fall come and the leaves turn a different color, and by wintertime, they blow away. Depending upon how severe the winter is, and if it's a lot of wind or something like that, the branch can break off. But what stands for as long as the tree lives is the trunk. Some people in your life will be a leaf and they will blow away with first wind. Some people will be a branch. They'll be able to support you unless you get too heavy. It'll break. But the trunk of the tree will support whatever it grows and bears. Realize that some things come into your life and you must determine now what category it fits in. Don't allow a leaf to be a trunk, because you're going to trust on the stability and the wind will come and it'll blow it away.
This, as you was talking, I was thinking about, I asked you a question back then when I first started coming to the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you then, I told you then, I said, listen, I don't know that much about business.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Mm-hmm.
You said, this is beautiful, but the other part there, it could be answered.
Mm-hmm.
I said, the reason I asked you that is because I don't know.
Right.
So I was seeking advice from somebody I felt that did know,
Mhm.
because you'd already indicated to everybody that you've been in business.
Mhm.
And this is the things that you do in order to become successful.
Mhm.
This is why I approached you, and this is why I didn't make the moves that I was thinking about making. And I'm still here today because I still need advice.
That's good stuff. And that's why we come together. There's some people in the room that have been in business, that's been successful, and that are being successful in business. And the time will come where they'll share that information as they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But each one teach one, coming together and gaining trust, and seeing who's here and what you're here for, what the agenda. Because sometimes people's agenda is not always admirable
Or healthy.
or healthy.
Yeah.
But then sometimes they're very healthy, and because you don't give it enough time, you don't recognize. And the other aspect that I'll quickly share is this: don't mistake someone's personal growth for a hidden agenda.
Okay.
Sometimes people are going through a personal growth issue, and they may not know how to deal with specific things. And so sometimes their personal growth may look like they're not stable, but it's not that they're not stable, it's that they're growing through something and they need support now.
Could you
repeat that?
Okay, let's say for instance, I have a bad day. What we consider to be bad day. I go into work, I get fired.
It's a bad day.
On top of me being fired, I get to my apartment and my apartment's been robbed.
Wow.
I just got finished paying for a family member's funeral, so I couldn't pay my renter's insurance. So my loss is just compounded. I come in, I see you. Two ways to deal with it. You come up, you say, we're out of toilet paper. And I say to you, why don't you go to the store and get it? Right? Now, my sister years ago said to me something. She said, seek first to understand, then to be understood. If you seek to understand, you're going to say to me, hold on, this is not his normal response. Something must have happened. I'm going to seek first to understand. And here's the deal, you don't have to know a person to work with this. You could have just met me, walk down the street, and I bump into you. What you bumping into me for? I could take that as what? Or I could say, oh, excuse me, brother, my apologies. Please have a good day from here forward. Right? Or I could get into a confrontation. Now, opposite end, I could come in and I could just simply say, babe, I had a rough day. I lost my job. This happened, that happened. And we could talk about it. You can console me. Either way, consolation can take place. But if you choose the offensive rather than the defensive, then a circumstance will occur. What you'll find mostly in life is that we take offense rather than defense. And when I say offense, meaning we take offensive positions. I'm offended. How dare you speak to me that way? You know what I'm saying? Oh, children want to remind you some other language, but you guys get my point. But when it comes down to it, what I'm simply saying is that if that person came in with that attitude, is it because of you or because of what they experienced?
Because of what they experienced.
So how do we help support them through their experience? And what I find, what we find more often is people aren't willing to support you through your experience. They don't care about what you're growing through. It's what can you do for me? WWIFM. What's in it for me? Not how can I serve you? How can I help you? I have a mentor. Just the other day, I was speaking to her, and she said that someone, a multi-millionaire, called her and said, "What can I do to help you gain your success?" Now, what she's experienced thus far is people always like this. Never, what can I give? So, to bring it full circle, all I'm saying is that when someone's growing through something, sometimes you have to step back and energetically say to yourself, if you know the person, is this their character? Is this what they normally do? If they always come in beating you behind, screaming at you, hollering at you, treating you like crap, then maybe you just need to leave that relationship. Hey.
Makes sense to me.
Or if that is not the normal loving person that they are, why is their energy different today? Don't take it personal. Realize they're growing through something. Now, how can I support you through your growth?
I have a question. What if there was 4 different people helping that particular person experience whatever they're experiencing? There's 4 different approaches. Having worked.
So does the person want your assistance?
Correct. And
are they asking you, or are you doing? Are they reaching out to you, or are you reaching out to them?
Right.
I was one of those people. I was reaching out to them.
Okay. Have they reached out to you?
No.
Let them breathe.
I have, but then the other person has reached out to that person. Had originally put me in that position to reach out and to heal this person.
Did the person reach out to you?
No.
Let them breathe.
Just let them breathe.
It's hard. When you care about people, it's hard. I'm not even gonna front on people. I'm not. When I actually really care about somebody, then that letting breathe part is the hardest part, because you want to help control their situation, but it's not about you. Ask the question. What you can do is ask the question, what can I do to support you in your space and time? If you really need to be, what can I do to support you in your space and time? What do you need? What would you like from me? If anything. Because sometimes people don't want your help.
Right.
Sometimes people want to wallow in their sorrow. They want to be where they are.
Right. Right.
Love them where they are. Listen, I love you. I'm always here for you. I'm a phone call away.
Right. But until then, because I'm on the same page with you. So go ahead.
You let them breathe, you let them be. But at one time, at what point, in terms of that particular person, has put your health at danger, another health at danger?
Put your health at danger? When I say let them breathe, I'm not talking about letting them breathe in your space. I'm not letting them breathe out of your space.
Right.
So there's no danger. If they put their health in danger, I love you. While you put your health in danger, not in my space. Because it's selfish for a person to do things like for instance, all right, a mother's love is amazing. As a father's love, totally different. Let the child get hooked on crack cocaine. A mother be like, "That's my baby. I know the television's missing, but that's my baby. I know my rent money's missing, but that's my baby. Oh, I know that my life savings has been spent, but that's my baby." And y'all will love and love and love.
That's a lot.
Generally speaking.
There's a limit. I love you.
Generally speaking, don't speak individually. Let's not look individually. I'm talking about a mother's love, generally speaking. I've seen some mothers go through some stuff with some children. I'm like, Couldn't be me. The moment I know you on crack, get out. If you're hungry,
I'll feed you.
I will feed you at a restaurant.
Thank you. I'll bring you home.
No, I'm gonna feed you in a restaurant.
I will bring you home and feed
See,
you.
a mother's love.
But after you eat that meal,
See, because you might have to go to the bathroom. And I'm not letting you go in the bathroom by yourself because you may steal cologne, you may, no. I'm gonna feed you at a restaurant.
It's just a difference, and it is, and that's male energy and female energy. Yes.
It's always a difference. Now, I'm not saying every man in here agrees, but generally speaking, most men are able to say, listen, you chose that, that's your issue. When you get it together, I am here, I'm your father. I'm here for you, but no, I'm not walking you through that process. You chose the process to get hooked on it. Guess what? Get it together. Call me and you in jail because you got busted for crack. Y'all behind will stay in jail. I'm not visiting you. No. I'm not sending you money. No. You'll be okay. When you come out and you got it together, I'm here for you. Now, if you come out and you're showing me, and I will help you get a job. I'll help you find a job. You're not living with me until you prove yourself. Men are just different when it comes to that. Women are like, oh, my baby's getting out. Oh, let me prepare the room. If the man does, there's a lock on every door except your room. And you're not allowed to have a lock on your door. Because at any given time, I can come in and check to make sure what's what. You're clear, I'm searching your room.
well, that could be the position of any parent.
Most women don't do that, trust me.
It's just a difference again.
I'm serious. It's just
general. This is general.
Yeah, men tend to be a little bit more with it. But bottom line to what did you get the point where I say that? At some point there's tough love.
Yeah.
For yourself, because the tough love is for you and for them. Because you gotta toughen up.
So I wanted to finish here out, everything that you were saying, but to that same point, and one of the other cliches that was a choice cliche earlier was so if you're trying to help the person, and maybe they did or didn't ask for your help, but it's just not working. At some point, I got to be able to say and not feel bad about saying, you're still going through this and I need to leave you over there to go through whatever you got to grieve, go through whatever you got to go through. And then I got to not feel bad about it.
No, you can feel bad about it.
I don't want to feel bad about it.
No matter how you feel. We ain't talking about your feelings.
Well, I am. I don't want to feel bad.
We ain't talking about your feelings.
That's your choice.
Because that's a choice, right?
Okay, wait.
That's
hold
your
on,
choice.
wait, hold on. Okay. You're saying this, wait. You're saying that feeling that I'm feeling, that Troy just won't let me help him. For example.
Listen to me.
It's my choice to feel bad.
Yes, it is. Because you're in agreement with a part of whatever it is that won't allow you the freedom to let go. Because that's a choice. Because if something is injuring you emotionally,
right,
or whatever, you have an opportunity. This is where growth and development comes in. The opportunity is grow beyond your pain to relieve yourself of the stress.
Because it's pain necessary.
Yeah. No, pain is,
it's pain necessary.
Yes.
Now, because think about this.
Oh,
we go through growing pain.
Right.
Exactly.
If you go through growing pain, do you all of a sudden say, I don't want to grow no more?
Wait. That's right. And then you don't grow if you don't go through the growing pain. So that thing what you said about the feeling is your choice. No. You gotta suck up. You gotta go through that pain so that you can grow. And then maybe if the person come or don't come.
See, one thing about life, it comes back around. So you'll have an opportunity to visit this feeling again.
Right.
How you learn from the first experience will let you know how much of yourself you are going to drag down the same trail.
So think about this. There's a saying, good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. So when I become good in something, do I want to become better?
Absolutely.
Once I become better, Do I want to peak to my best?
Absolutely.
But once I become my best, it starts over. So I'm only good.
But let me reiterate also.
On the next level.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, right.
Emotional energy has a tendency to be dysfunctional energy.
Right. Well, it can be. It can.
I'm saying for the most part. For the most part. You have to govern your kingdom. The kingdom is the ability for the mind to create a better outcome. You know, you have that power within you because you have the power of your faculties. If you allow yourself to be plagued emotionally by the emotional disturbed, which changes the frequency of the higher quality thought, and it disables you to some extent, you have to make a choice, a decision.
So what energy can you use to not disable yourself?
Positive affirmation.
What's the main energy that resonates the highest on this planet?
Your relationship with the Creator, the universal energy.
Give me more.
Give me more.
What occurs in relationship? If we're in a relationship, you do what? What do you do? What do you have for me if we're in a relationship? You said what? Love.
Right.
Here's the funny thing.
Unconditional love.
Right. Don't break it. It's love.
Okay, love.
See, we're compartmentalizing. Why? It's love.
Okay, love.
And I got you. I got you on that. Here's the funny part. If you're broke and going through changes, or you're wealthy and going through changes, which position would you rather be in?
Wealthy. Broken. I mean, wealthy and wealthy.
You want to be broke? Okay, wealthy and going through changes. Why? I can buy a little piece of happiness. A small piece.
I won't miss it.
Well, that's if your happiness lies in things.
When I say buy, I mean in many different levels.
Right.
See, you're limiting to.
Okay, I'm compartmentalizing.
Question for you.
No.
Out of everything that in life that makes you happy, what's the one thing that makes you it just elates you, makes you just feel, ooh?
Freedom.
Freedom. What is freedom to you?
Freedom to me is not being
self-autonomy.
Beg your pardon?
Oh, no,
Self-autonomy. No, I said self-autonomy.
Okay. So for you, it's self-autonomy, but
it's to do in my life what I want to do, the things that enable me to move.
That takes money.
Some things, some things not.
Okay.
Yeah,
question: where on this planet can you live and it not take money?
Oh boy.
Nowhere.
I'm just being real with you, because then how you want to get there if you ain't got no money?
But I'm not saying. But see, in the equation, the financial benefit of it was not in the equation of the thought process.
Here's what I'm seeking for us to gain an understanding on.
Collectively.
From a collective perspective, no man is an island, no man stands alone.
Absolutely.
So yes, you have your individual thought process on how you want your life to be, what it looks like, and where you want it to go.
Dream again.
You dream again. However, the challenge is your dreams without monetary resource are wishes. Because most of us are so encumbered with the dailies of life that it chokes out the ability to dream.
Right.
That water, was it free?
Started out.
Was that water free for you?
No.
What did it take? Fiat.
Fiat.
Those
Everything.
sneakers that you have on your feet.
Fiat.
The pants that you have on covering your beautiful shapeliness.
Ooh. You know, you just trying to make me come to you.
Oh, you know
What I'm simply saying is that because we've agreed to be in this time and space, this time and space that we're in requires wealth in order to flow. So let's not over spiritualize or super spiritualize that which we've agreed upon. I'm sure you read the 4 agreements.
Oh, of course.
Okay. We've agreed to be right here.
Oh, boy.
So because we've agreed to be here, we realize that what governs some of this is your ability to create wealth. And I'm not talking about just monetary wealth, because monetary wealth also helps to stimulate mental wealth.
But this is how we become one. One footstep, one heartbeat.
Yes.
You know, this is a growing pain of a society, because it's so many different ingredients here and so many lives that are inclusive of this. And fear cannot be a part of your growth.
Right.
You know, fear cannot be a part of your growth.
Chief Jawad, you said you wanted to take the next one. Go right ahead. Make of thine.
Make all God's dwelling a profitable investment.
Absolutely. That's it.
A man setteth aside 9 parts of his earning upon which to live and enjoy life. And if any parts of this 9 can be turned into a profitable investment, then so much faster will his treasures grow. The money lenders gladly consider the desires of men who seek homes and lands for their families. Own thou own home, then will try thy heart be glad.
Then will thy heart be glad.
Then will thy heart be glad. Thank you.
Okay. So it says, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Okay. How do we make of our dwelling a profitable investment?
Well, if we can generate an income in our dwelling or with our dwelling, that's a profitable investment.
So if you have your own home-based business and you're making money from your home, is that profitable?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Ergo, why we're working on starting our own in some way, shape, or form. One of my mentors, he said, become an entrepreneur. He said, if you got to go out and pick cow dung and sell it, you can be an entrepreneur. But either way, make it happen. Because people buy crap.
They do.
Is crap valuable to a farmer?
Absolutely.
Grows. That turns it over.
I have a friend that's a plumber. And I walked down like, oh my God, how could you stand that smell? He said, it smells like money.
Money.
So when it comes down to it, think about that.
Yeah, let's think about that for a minute.
It's perspective.
Perspective and his introspective. And for him, like, this is my job, I gotta do my job. It smells like money. Well, and
Have you
that's
ever hired a
personal
plumber before?
relations as well. So that's also, all of this is so transposable into relations and things like that as well, because I don't know, it could be your spouse or your partner, and somebody else see it as and the husband is like,
that's because they don't know how your toes curl.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
So when
what you saying?
This is growth. This is called growth.
This is real. This is life.
This is growth and development.
He's sleeping, now he's awake.
This is how
he popped up on
that. Somebody take the next one. Ensure a future income.
It behooves a man to make preparation for his suitable income in the days to come, when younger young, and to make preparation for his family should he be no longer with them to support them. A man can't afford not to ensure a treasure for his old age and the protection of his family. Provide in advance for the need of thy growing age.
Give me some feedback. What you get? What we get from this?
Honey,
you don't want to be like the grasshopper who played all summer long while the ant was out there, while it was you know, getting his crop together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was taking it down below because he knew the season was going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you're going to age.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get it back.
Baby, but don't let age be a hindrance.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm in complete agreement.
Be aggressive and progressive in deciding what your financial future is going to be, even if you start $1 at a time.
That's why my wife
Start where you are.
Exactly.
That's what my wife left me. Right down. Right down.
You understand?
I learned that from being it.
So that right there, honey, please, you're never too late.
Thank you.
You breathing, you got time.
Start where you are. Yes, sir.
Me?
You raise your hand.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't look like you were looking. No, like I had a electrician. Like he was in his like 60s, but he was like, I just realized if I don't work, if I get hurt, I don't make no money. And then he seen what I was doing, and he was like, you know, he started investing and he started doing things because, like what he said, when he get up in age, he's not going to have no residual income because his work is his, you know, profit. So yeah, it's never too late.
Never. Okay. Next one, increase thy ability to earn.
Preceding accomplishments must be desired. Thy desires must be strong and definite. General desires are but brief longings. Desires must be simple and definite. As a man perfected himself in his calling, even so doth his ability to earn increase. Cultivate thy own powers. Study and become wiser. Become more skillful. Act as to respect thyself.
No, that's good. That's good.
Did I say I love you?
That's good leadership. That's why you love him. I don't blame.
I do.
I
really do.
I hate you.
So what'd you get from this? What'd you get from that part?
I love you. Because
I'm starting to love you.
but let me say this, and I increased my knowledge base
Come on.
in my retirement.
Come on.
And I'm putting my hands on various aspects of how to put myself in the position to generate revenue. If you don't have a knowledge base, you're gonna give in to doubt. And doubt is only ignorance. It's your inability to use the information that you have to create more of a balanced way of producing and creating. And it's like so many areas. And I'm finding marketing to be like exceptional because it has so many, it's as good as your ability to be versed in what it is you're marketing and your ability to communicate. And marketing is a tool that you can use in your elder years, and you can start at any point base to create and generate. And it's a tool that is like a brotherhood because it's more than one in the market. And you work together to create revenue. So it's simple, but if you don't do any of the work, then you're not going to have the benefit of any of these success.
So we're talking about doing what with that? What does it say?
Increase the ability to earn.
So, since you brought that up, I'm gonna tie it in because sometimes people don't see how things relate. All right, so let's say I'm an owner of a barbershop.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I cut a head, and I do that for 8 hours. How much wages have I earned? 8 hours, right? Of what I physically did. If I have 9 other chairs and I hire 9 other people, how many hours of earnings did I earn in a day?
72 plus your own.
Which equals what?
72 and 8. That's 80.
80 what?
Hours.
Hours of whatever the earnings is. So whatever the amount of earnings per hour times 80 is what I've earned in a day.
Versus.
If I work by myself, what's the maximum I can earn in a day? What's the maximum I can earn in a day? How many hours is there in a day?
24.
So if I worked all day long and took no breaks and didn't eat or nothing like that, I could earn 24 hours. Where do I gain more profit? Having my own or having other people work with me?
Yeah.
Ergo, the power of networking.
My man.
Just think
Stop it.
So
So what you'll find is in networking, depending upon what type of company you choose and who you choose to work with, because those are the other key elements.
Yes,
and that's why a lot of times you'll find that in our conversations, why sometimes you'll find me disinterested.
Right.
Sometimes it's not the vehicle, it's the people.
Okay.
If I have a Mercedes-Benz and all of you are driving a Hyundai, and I come to you and I show you I've been able to buy a Mercedes-Benz and help them buy Hyundais. Now, suppose I drive a BMW and all of you are driving BMWs, and I come to you and say, I've helped myself to get a BMW and everyone I work with has a BMW. Which one would you choose to work with?
Everyone has a BMW.
Why?
Success appears.
The appearance of success. What I've found is that most people get involved with networking, but they buy the appearance of success and they're not clear on what success truly looks like. It's work.
It is.
Yeah.
If someone's not willing to put their nose to the ground with me, I'm not interested. I'm very clear on that. There's some things that I don't care what it is, and I'm good. Because you have an appearance of success. Ergo, our earlier conversation. Appearance of success. I come suit and tied down. I'm doing a presentation. I make it look good. But really what it is what can you do for me to help me grow mine, not what can I do for you to help you grow you. When it's a true networking piece, it's about helping to grow you. Because I'm gonna automatically grow. Presently, I receive checks from 2 different companies every single month, whether I work or not. Every single month. But I've been building this for years now. It's not an instant gratification thing.
No, it's not.
I just helped a brother out in Arizona hit the 2nd highest position in the company this week. But I don't talk about that stuff. And the reason why I don't, because it's not about me, it's really about him and his family. But when I share in circumstances like this, the reason why I share is because it's not about the success you gain on your own. It's the value you bring to other people. And when you can change someone else's life, you automatically change your life because of the value you bring to the collective.
Exactly.
And that's what this is about. It's about bringing value to the collective, not individuals. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So once again, Chief Jawad, if you could bring up the 12 ministries. Okay? Because, again, we're partnering all this in because, see, I don't want it to seem like there's no separation between the laws of leadership, your budgets, your nationality, right? Your 7 cures for a lean purse, and the ministries of honor. There's no separation. It all flows together. It's just when it comes in and where it takes precedence and what's happening at that moment. So, Chief Jawad, if you could take about 10, 15 minutes and let's go over those ministries.
Which one? Excuse me. What's it talking about?
Yes.
Like the class we had last week, and I was saying it, but when I invest for overall cooking, we were getting at it, but I'm serious about it. And so was the formula what I had, but I know her potentials. I invested My investments now, I had this lady ain't doing that. I said, I'm investing in my sister because she had the cooking part. You remember y'all talk about the burgers and all? And I told her, she said, yeah, you know what? That was that idea. And that's how it got to be this. That's how we grow.
Right. We stimulate one another with the ideas.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to connect those ideas with the what I do? You laugh.
You laugh. I'll stop you. Because you
back there.
and it's so true. I tell you what, I invested your computer in the merchant. Who would not to get something started? You had it and I had the funds. What does these funds do? You go there and just laying there? I'm investing in my sister. Oh yeah. That's already everything going on.
Yeah, come on, bro. Get yourself together. Get yourself. Yeah.
All right, get on, Gerard.
And my name is Jawad.
Gerard.
Like the wad of money.
I didn't call you
Tell them again, like a wad of money.
That's too much, man.
What's in your pocket?
A credit card. All right, the first, okay, here's the government positions and functions. The first one is Chief Executive Minister of Government. The general and specific governance of honor, society based on constitutional clauses, appointing of national executive ministries, national cabinet ministries, and regional ambassadors, administering affirmation, oath of ministers, and certification of Aboriginal jurists, executive guidance, implementation of honor, and annual agendas, receiving monthly reports from all cabinet and regional ministers per request. That is the position of the Chief Minister of Government. The next one is the Chief Minister of Georgia Society. The Georgia Society, heads of all Georgia Society responsible for sitting of nationals, Georgia Society, along with other Georgia Societies, members, interpreting honor constitutions, moral codes, divine law, and all honor court cases that reach the honor court, in which is Georgia Society, establishing Georgia Society structures and functions in regions and local jurisdiction of honor, administering affirmation of oaths, or deputizing another Georgia Society nationals to do so. So that's the second ministry. Third ministry is the Prime Minister of Honor. So what that position entails is implementing the executive cabinet programs and political objectives expressed by the people, maintaining records of population numbers and honor as nationals. And also that position also maintaining the honor DLV and honor Department of Land Vessels. Excuse me. Next position is Chief Minister of Secretary of State. That person is to assist the Prime Minister in honor, securing and ensuring proper administrative of nationality procedures to all new jurisdictions. Also, that person, Secretary of State, is the record keeper for the indigenous government. Chief Minister of Intelligence Defense, maintaining general security for the government. The next one is the Chief Minister, Department of Internal Operations, overseeing operations of honor departments under the 12 ministries, oversight of notice of suspension, of cancellation of a department head of departments. It also is one who maintains implementing all constitutional laws, Aboriginal and genders on health, dietary classification systems, and transitions of nationals to their dietary practices. The next one is the Minister of Cosmology, Chief Minister of Cosmology, implementing conflict resolutions, Hakima, conducting cosmology, Aboriginal psychology programs within our structure. So that's what the Chief Minister of Cosmology does. The next one is Chief Minister of Education, implementing childhood and adult education systems, managing Aboriginal university curriculum, also administration and general maintenance of all certificates, certification standards, including examination ministers and nationals. The next one is the Chief Minister of Secretarial Activities and Economics. That position entails maintaining all record of zakats. That means money, contribution of all nationals in conjunction with the Secretary of State and the Prime Minister. Maintaining donation records. So that's what that position entails. The next position is Chief Minister of Justice, Internal Association with the Association Captain. That's the person who's second in command of the intelligence and defense. This one is that position governs of regional communication and representation in respect to the foreign venues. Communication within executive cabinet members, ministries, and national cabinet ministers. I want to go back for a second to the Chief Minister's Department of Internal Operations. That position is the one who goes out to the foreign venues and put us in their, we're asserting our rights in their venue. So with that position, put them on notice. So that's kind of my position. But if there's a regional, if there are local regions, and the person becomes the Internal Operations Minister, those are the ones who goes out to the police departments, security administration, all the venues that we deal with. We got all of them. You put them on notice. So it says communication of departments of Aboriginal corporations to the foreign venues. So those are the 12 ministries of honor. Questions?
So this.
Oh man.
Well, you don't want to sit there. Sit there.
Go ahead.
No, I said there's nobody for this region that holds that position, or
no.
That would be your responsibility.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's for
I'm coming.
Overall. Yes, but there's nobody for that region. So I guess that's why Troy was tying it all in with this class, because that's important. All of
the state got to be notified. Pennsylvania got to be notified.
Mm-hmm. And actually, if you go through the protocol manual, it tells you how to do that. That's what I was reading. I was right there. I wasn't asleep. I was just trying to come up with some stuff. Not for this class, but for all the classes. So I was writing it down.
But to be effective, it has to come from
top.
Right. And we can't do it.
Right. So we have to work together on that aspect. Yeah. All of us. So
there's a header in there already.
Yeah.
And the chief made up that we can put something in there and then run it by him and see if this is acceptable. I mean.
And the reason why I was going to read and do because this week I was speaking to brother, and I'm gonna say his name because I always tell people, listen. We didn't have class on Wednesday, so he came to my house and we had class, him and I. He went to the DMV and they turned him down. I said, okay, where'd you go? Told me where he went. So we sat and said, I know someone that went to the same DMV, 2 brothers, and they got their driver's instrument. So what did you do? Maybe you've done something wrong. I said, well, what I'll do is get with one of them and they will take you down next week. Mm-hmm. So what does he do? By himself the next day. Then he calls me, put him on speakers, another brother's in the car. So he says, I'm pissed off. Why? I said, you dishonored what you didn't honor what you and I said. You said, I'm going to call brother and have him come and take you to the same place that he got his job.
The following week.
Right, the following week. Yeah, but what's wrong with me paying $125 to the court to get my name changed? Whoa. I said, you don't have to. Because if you do that, then you're going to make it bad for everybody else.
And then it puts you in their jurisdiction.
So I said to him, did you pray this morning when you woke up? No. I said, did you pray before you walked in that building? No. I say, so when you called me, what did I say to you? He said, I don't know. I said, peace to the living God. But when you walked in this establishment this morning, you didn't take God in there with you. You took yourself. Not only did you do that, you voided our contract that you and I came up with, that you will wait until next week and the brother will walk you down there. So I'm going through the protocol manual here when you were speaking. So if I was being rude, my apologies. But there's an affidavit in here about changing your name. And I forwarded him a copy of the protocol manual. Again, they don't read it. But he wants to go pay $125 to her get his name changed on a driver's instrument.
What's the rush?
And my point exactly. So if he says, okay, Juwan, I'm going to wait until next week. I say, but you told me that yesterday. So sometimes when people talk, they only hear what they want to hear. Because, now you're telling me that, why am I talking to you? Because you don't even listen. You don't, and it wasn't like it was a class. It was just him and I at my dining room table, talking. So, I mean, my granddaughter probably heard me, but he didn't hear me. That I would make sure that I get somebody that already been there. Like you said about when we already have the remedy at hand, just stop going all around the other places. Keep going there. Keep going to that particular place because, like I said, I know 3 brothers got the Aboriginal name on it, driver's instrument from that DMV. So it's just important that we get this protocol manual and read it. And
that's right.
But hopefully, inshallah, we'll take 5 pages every Sunday and try to read through it because it's right in here. This 138 pages wasn't just wasn't no waste of time. It's here for us to
absorb.
Yeah, and get it in.
Right. Get it in. So thank you, appreciate that. So when it comes down to it, there are different things that we have to do to begin to set up this piece for 7 Cures of a Lean Purse. First and foremost, as we talked about, a personal what?
What?
Personal ourselves mission statement. And I want to make sure everybody's clear. So we're looking for personal mission statement for ourselves. Okay. 2, begin to. First one talks about doing what? Keeping how much in your pocket?
10%.
10%. Okay. The other thing is this. When it comes down to you receiving mail, open all of your mail. Every day. Why?
Put on notice. So they don't sneak nothing in on you.
What's that? What do you mean?
Oh, anything. Any communication from any entity, you're going to know what's going on in regards to anything.
Okay, so you need to know what's going on in regards to entities communicating with you. Is that clear? Why do I want to make sure I'm clear when an entity is communicating?
You might be making a claim, a contract, or putting a judgment on you, anything.
Okay. Anything. So a claim, a contract, a judgment, a creditor.
You mean open up your mail, original mail, or you mean just show
Open up all of your mail.
All of it.
I didn't separate.
Oh, that's not you.
Open up all of your mail.
It's a question on the floor.
I'm going to tell you why. Here's the challenge, okay? So, when we do our claiming our indigenous status, where does our straw man go?
Into a trust.
Into your trust. Maintaining your trust, whose responsibility is that?
You are.
If you don't open up mail that comes to you in your straw man's name, are you being a good steward?
No.
Okay, so it's about stewardship. It's not. You can't denounce something that you didn't open. So the moment you don't open it, it's considered what?
An agreement.
After how many days?
30, bro.
Depends on what you're talking about.
Depends on what they put on there.
If it's a creditor,
Could be 10 days.
how many days they put a creditor?
It could be 3 days, 30
Could be
days,
5 days.
5 days. It could be whatever you put on there.
No, it's 5. So we click 5, okay? So you need to respond within 30 days. However, within the first 5 days, there needs to be some type of communication, denying allegations or whatever. How can you do that if you don't open the mail? Once it goes on to the credit, what do you have to do to get it off? You got to go through all these other things. But why go through all of that when you can just simply dispute in the first 5 days? So it's really just about being a good steward. Or if you receive it, open it, read it, and you can respond. You know, please validate the debt. You know, and there's specific wording you wanted, but I'm just giving generalities right now. But the moment you run across something like that, you want to make sure that the responding is properly. Now, there's one reason why I'm sharing that. I was having a conversation with Brother Khalid, and he was sharing how we could be having so much financial return on their mistakes. Because depending upon how they correspond with you, you may be able to sue them anywhere from $1,000 upward to $1 million, depending upon how they're corresponding with you. So if you're receiving debt collection calls, there are a couple questions I need for you to ask if you receive a debt collection call. Okay, I need everybody with that pen and paper, because if you ask me again later, I'm not going to tell you. So I'm telling you now, write it down. If you don't write it down, don't ask me later, because I'm not going to share it. Okay. So, you ready? Say I'm ready?
Ready?
All right. So, if you receive a phone call from a creditor, you want to ask who's calling?
Absolutely.
Their name.
Absolutely.
You want to write down the time that they called you and the date that they called you. Why?
Because if you don't know, do call this, do not call this, you got documentation also. Okay,
so it's about documentation. Okay? You're going to ask them, do they have an ID number? So some places have ID numbers relative to, you know, the call or whatever have you. You're going to ask them the name of the entity for which they are calling. You're going to ask them, is this your first time contacting me? Okay? You're going to ask them the date of the delinquency. May I ask you the amount in question? Did I say the date of delinquency?
Yes.
Amount in question?
Yes.
And has this been reported to my credit? Admit to nothing. You're not admitting to the debt. So don't make a mistake and say, oh yeah, I did. If they say, you know, blah, 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 I don't remember that, can you please send me validation of the debt in writing?
Can you repeat that last one?
What?
Send me validation to the debt in writing.
Of the debt.
No, before that. Before that.
Admit to nothing.
Okay. Thank you.
Has been filed with credit report that you got your credit report running.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
When they call, they have this little line that hey, I'm calling about a debt. I want to let you know it's recorded. Is this Troy? Yeah, this is Troy. Can you verify that? I want to verify that I'm talking to the right Troy. Can you confirm your address? or your social, or can you confirm anything?
Then you
Now,
can.
I'm just saying, before I can proceed, but I want to tell you about a debt that you have, Troy, but can you validate yourself?
Before you proceed, I need to validate who you are.
Right. Yeah, and that's just by getting there.
I need to validate who you are.
Okay.
Last for your social, you called me. Oh, okay, so.
That's for your social.
Yeah,
They
They can ask. but you
If
don't have to
they
give it.
also, if they say this is the first time calling, ask them, how did you get my number? From my credit report or from the file that was transferred?
Oh, that's a good one.
How did you get my number?
Yeah,
The
whatever.
credit report or
You
the
can hang out
file
with
that was
colleagues.
transferred?
You've been hanging out with a colleague.
Okay? These are now the reason why you're asking these questions. I want you to remember, at this point, you can be paid anywhere from $1,000 upward to $1 million if they've done some stuff wrong.
All right, so.
So I need for you to detail this information. If and when it occurs, contact me immediately. Don't wait 2, 3, 4 days. Contact me immediately. Contact me
Immediately. That day.
Is everybody clear on that?
Right.
I'm trying to make sure we're clear.
Yeah, because what they're doing is these violations that could allow us to actually file. So, but to answer your question.
Wait, 1 second, because he did put his hand up. It's just I didn't acknowledge him. I don't want to be. Yes.
Was that the credit report or what?
Did you receive my number from a credit report or from the file you received? The file that was transferred. Yes, sir.
So on those calls, are we verifying anything or not?
No.
What do you mean you're
Of course not.
I'm just
What are you verifying?
Okay, wait. If they're calling you, if they're calling you,
right.
one of the things you can do is that last question, put it to the first question.
Like they tell you your calls be monitored, you turn on your tape. Have something where you got that.
But I usually hang up.
Everybody, but you don't want to hang up.
No, I said you usually call might be
I don't
monitored.
consent.
That's what they normally tell you anyway.
No, I would say they don't
So
consent.
you better sure you have something on them as well.
Well, I don't ask their consent if I'm a recorder.
No, that's what they ask you, a lot of them. So,
Right.
I don't.
I hear you.
Because if you ask them, they will hang up.
You know they're gonna do, you know what?
Yeah,
That's
So why will they hang up
that's why I say-
immediately?
Yeah,
Because they already know
Because
they're in
everything's
violation.
illegal.
Right.
So those questions are key. Type them out, write them down, put them on your visor in your car, overhead.
Yes, sir.
Keep them with you at all times.
Keep them by.
Put it, text them to yourself, email it to yourself, whatever way you need to have it to keep it with you. Keep it next to your phone, keep it in your bra, keep wherever you need to keep it. The reason why I'm saying that is because, again, this is a way to maintain, to get some financial resources.
Are
Okay?
we going over our personal, the hell was it? Personal.
Mission statement?
Yeah.
Not today. Why, do you have one?
Of course I do. I do my homework.
Finally.
Are you kidding me? I do my homework. What the heck are you talking about?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, he had, and listen, he was here on time, wasn't he?
Right.
He be here.
Close.
I
I'll make sure, wait, before next week, then I want to at least make sure I'm going in the right direction. So may
Right, so this is what we're gonna do. The purpose of today, and we're only gonna take about 20 more minutes and then we're done, okay? But what I did was and I bought these. What are these?
Dream boards.
What is a dream board?
All,
I'm gonna put everything on.
you put everything you're
That's right.
looking to have or expired.
Put it up there.
Okay, so Dream boards are not just about physical material items.
No.
It could be what you want in your bank account, the amount of money you're able to write to yourself, the trips, the vacation, the anything. So we have dream boards. What I did was I asked everybody to bring some magazines. How many people were magazines? Okay, good stuff. If you didn't read.
You know what? I didn't because
I checked up with y'all.
I didn't ask you guys why. I just asked you, did you bring them?
When did you say?
So what I did was,
You said it on the call.
there are magazines over here, a big host of magazines for you guys to take some time out and go through, pick out some items that you find, things of that nature. Let's start on the dream board. We won't finish the dream board today, but we'll at least start. I'll go grab some scissors. You can cut some stuff out. You usually want to rip the whole page out and take it home and cut it out. But I'm going to ask you to bring it back so that we can actually work on our dream boards together.
Correct.
Okay? I noticed nobody didn't really come with magazines for the most part. Some people did. For those of you that have, did you go through magazines and find some stuff?
No.
Okay.
I looked briefly, but.
Okay, so what I want us to do is take about 10, 15 minutes, go through some magazines, find some stuff, and if you guys want to start your dream board today, I have glue, we have scissors, and the board is for this purpose. When you wake up in the morning, if you look up and you see something every day, it helps you to dream. To maintain the dream, maintain the vision, and that's what we're looking to do, is maintain the vision. If it's a specific area within ARNA that you desire, put that on your dream board. But then what I'm gonna say is you need to do the work to get there. Time out for just grabbing a position. Positions mean nothing without the work.
Exactly.
Somebody say, I want to be your husband. They never propose. They never buy the house. They have nothing to show for. Do you want the husband? Nope. If a wife,
Why not?
why would you want the wife if they don't show the potential? Hello. Why would you want them? So what I'm saying is that when it comes to different positions, you can want a position, but you got to work for that. Anything in life, you got to work for. So what we want to do with the dream boards is create for ourselves those things that we're willing to work toward. And now we'll visualize it, physically see it, and now accomplish it. I know one individual I know that did the dream board, and they had a wedding ring, and they had a picture of the bride, and they had all of the different stuff. And they looked up 10 years later, and every last thing on that dream board. Now they had taken that dream board down and put it away, but every last thing on that dream board came true.
I can personally attest to that, because my teacher in high school, when I first got introduced to vision boards, not dream boards, and I've been able to look back over the years at intervals in my life and have seen them actually come to full tuition. So fruition, thank you. So I've actually did them about 2 or 3 times during the course of my life. They work.
Okay. And vision board, that's a wonderful way to put it as well. So, let's get to work on that. We have the magazines. If you guys want to pull out the table, that way we can work on the table, whatever have you. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very much. Don't forget the 27th, we do have the viewing of Hidden Colors 3.
Hidden Colors 3.
While we
27th of June, right?
27th of June. Also, don't forget the end of August we have our international convention, so we will be ramping up and preparing for that. Don't forget Tuesday night call that occurs. Invite friends, family, loved ones to the meetings on Sundays. We want to continue to grow this. It's wonderful to have so much female energy in the room today. Let's give it up for our females.
Great to see you all.
And so let's go ahead, let's talk and, you know, talk amongst each other, look through some magazines, pull out some things that you want to aspire to. Even if it's a car, the dream car doesn't have to be for you, it could be for a loved one, a niece, a nephew, a child. You know, so let's make these dream boards functional for our lives. Cool. Or vision boards. I like that word as well. So appreciate you guys, and we're gonna go ahead and get started.